Alright, so next box here, this is the second box on the back page of the 1-5 notes, and it says complex conjugates. And so here's our generic form. A plus bi, so remember a is a constant and b is our coefficient with the imaginary term. So a plus bi and a minus bi are complex conjugates. Complex conjugates. Their sum, well, actually let's go ahead and find out what their sum is. If we have a plus bi plus, so again there's sum, plus a minus bi, well let's find out what that's going to be. So we, both these are plus and they're both positive one that's being distributed, so we have a plus bi plus a minus bi gives us 2a, and then bi minus bi, it goes away. So their sum, remember a was a real number, this is a constant, so specifically it would be 2 times a, but their sum is a real number, and their product, all right, let's go through and find their product now. Now we'll multiply these two together, and if you want to pause real fast and look back at your notes you had up on the first box, you can look at E and see what happened when we multiplied those complex conjugates. All right, but here we are. This time we're going to multiply. So actually, let me get them a little closer together. So a plus bi times a minus bi. A times a is a squared. A times bi is negative bi is minus a times b times I. Next we have bi times a, so plus a bi, and lastly bi times negative bi, which is going to be minus b squared I squared. Now remember, I squared is negative 1, so this is really plus b squared, then when you multiply those out. So we'll end up with a squared, and then minus bi, abi plus abi, those two terms cancel each other out, that's 0, and then plus b squared. Remember, b is not, b itself is not an imaginary term, it was just the coefficient here, so we're going to end up with two numbers, two real numbers squared and then added together. And so a, whether it's positive or negative, and b, whether it's positive or negative, when you square them, you're going to get a positive or a non-negative. And then a and b, they're both real. So these are a non-negative real number. All right, let's put that into practice here. So we went through our generic form. Let's do the real thing now. Here we've got 3 times 3, that's 9. 3 times negative 2i, that's minus 6i. 2i, I'm sorry, these ones were to be adding. All right, that's 3 plus 2i, because there's a coefficient of 1 if you want to distribute it out, think of it that way. And again, a coefficient of 1, so plus 3 and minus 2i. Combine your like terms, 3 plus 3 is 6, and then 2i minus 2i is 0. Those cancel out, so we have 6 here. On the right hand side, here we multiply. We have 3 times 3, that's 9, and 3 times negative 2i, that's negative 6i. 2i times 3, that's positive 6i, and there's our terms that are going to cancel out in just a moment. And then 2i times negative 2i is negative 4i squared. Remember, I squared is really negative 1, and so we're going to end up with 9, and then negative 6i plus 6i, those two terms cancel each other out, that's 0. And negative 4 times negative 1, that's plus 4, so our answer here is 13. All right, hope that helped.